Another free kick to Adelaide. And it's the man of the moment.
They've huddled up the Adelaide Crows forwards. A bit of holding deep.
Go out wide, then hit the man on the lead, you think. See, this is where I don't like. You don't want them to come back. You've got Carlton under the pump now. I don't think a minute 13, had they been given the message to slow it up and turn it over and just hold it. Well,
this exact situation 2 weeks ago against the Western Bulldogs, they had the ball out on this wing, and with a minute to go, I think it was 50 seconds to go, they turned it over trying to do this. They tried to chip it around, some poor decisions, and the Western Bulldogs scored.
Well, if they get away with it without the turnover, you've got to say good disciplined football. Yep. 1 minute to go.
I reckon they've got him on the ropes.
Well, I'm with you. This is the way they're drilled. So Coach Stoke goes down this track, and you've got to say well done to the team for carrying out instructions.
Just you get a little nervous that a turnover will just cost you the other way. I don't think it is. Carlton are just cold as ice at the moment, but just got to be careful.
Gee, Rutten's done the old 1-2 on Brendan Favola. You can just see Favola coming.
They're running the clock down, Tony, but I guess the fans are a little bit upset about it, but they're going to give them a fair round of applause when this siren goes. Otten's got a goal already. Can they manufacture one on half-time? Joseph is there, clearing away, and they will rise as one here at AAMI Stadium. They came excited, and their team leads by 49 points, and the Blues, with their lowest first half score since round 11 1991 against the Bulldogs, with just the 5 behinds. So can the Crows continue this outstanding form, searching for their 4th win of the season and trying to arrest a streak of 3 consecutive losses, and we'll have another bounce.
That one just floated outside the circle. We'll toss it up, reset it. Saw Andrew McLeod on screen. He's had a hand in a bit of the play in the first half with 10 disposals. Aaron Joseph is the guy that's running with him from Carlton.
Blues with the breeze, but they couldn't make use of it in the first quarter, and they haven't made use of a semi-clearance, if you could call it that.
Gee, Dennis Armfield made a lot of mistakes today. This is where you find out which players can play at this level under this pressure, and he's just struggled today with the tempo.
Vince gets the runner in Goodwin, and Brown cutting off the pass.
They have done brilliantly, Adelaide. The way they're holding, look at Carlton here. Brown's going to have to kick to a 1-on-1. They don't always want that. Well, it's 2-on-1.
Goodwin, the man that arrives late, and happy to see it over the line.
Yeah, the big ask there. Goodwin was coming in to give Rutten a hand on Brendan Favola, who once again pushed right up the ground 100 metres from goal.
Been impressed by Hampson in the ruck, the way he makes front position. But unfortunately, Adelaide have dominated the stoppages. It's a beautiful pass from McKay. Edwards on the end of it, playing on quickly. And there's a whistle, it's a hold.
Free kick.
Adelaide kick at goal.
Taylor Walker looks like he's drawn the free kick, and that's probably... Is it Jamison down there? Might have given away the free kick on that occasion. He gets away from... Oh, it's Kurt Tippett, actually, by the look of it.
What about the break from the contest, though, here? How can you have a player on one side that you can kick the ball in the centre and find an unmanned mark? They are defensively, they're just not here today, Carlton.
Well, that's happened far too often in the first half for anyone's liking. Just the centre clearances or the clearances from stoppages have been far too easy. And you can't afford to give away easy free kicks in this sort of part of the field. But that's, again, the pressure that's mounted on the defence, who have been under siege for the Blues.
Tippett kicked one in the opening quarter. This to get the margin to 55, and the first blood for the Crows in the second half.
And there's plenty happening off the ball. Looks like Hampson's involved. Number of players coming in now.
Well, they need this, Carlton. They just need a spark. It might be manufactured, but you still need something to get the blood boiling, because they've been insipid at the contest today.
Has been insipid. The AFL will be rubbing their hands together. A little bit of fine money into the coffers of the AFL, no doubt.
End of season trip, you reckon?
Good old-fashioned melee. Haven't seen one of those for a while.
No, and just
melee.
There was nothing in it, a bit of push and shove, but as you said, Shorey, at least someone was prepared to fly the flag. That ball should have been brought back. Poor bounce.
McKay stepping through some traffic. Douglas, Moran, not the man for the job just there. Brown couldn't quite take it. Douglas kept going and gives away a free kick.
And Matty, Carlton's got Thornton in the forward line, Favola and also Cruiser. So they've gone tall, Carlton.
They need a spark, and they've left the ruck work to Hampson. Ball out wide. It was to the advantage of Armfield. Can he find a target? He can't. He's just not having a good afternoon. Cut off by Johncock. Adelaide to relieve the pressure. Doughty.
They'll score here, the Crows. They've got numbers forward of the ball.
Run all the way, this man. Take it all the way if you can. And all the forwards should run away from McLeod.
Listen to the crowd go as their hero drives into the pocket, and you don't see that very often. Poor pleasure, spill a chest mark.
Yeah, just straight down the throat, that one, but McLeod had plenty of space, and that's what happens with turnovers. You can just get hurt so badly on the way back with a turnover. Carlton were very fortunate on that occasion. The mark wasn't taken.
Another ball up. Blues 5 behinds. Still yet to kick a goal in this match.
What's the longest they've gone, Matty, without a goal?
They did do a game back in 1898 for 6 behinds.
You tossing that up, or did you actually find that out?
That's for you, me to know and you to find out, as Hadley kicks it long. Cruiser! How's that for a clunk?
That's a fantastic grab, and Goodwin was there in the front, and Big Cruiser just whacked the knee straight into the back of the star midfielder for the Crows, which just helps.
I think Matty Cruiser could play at centre-half forward in the game.
He might have to.
His agility, well, yeah, I don't know, he's going to be a good ruckman too. It's hard to pick his spot.
He hits it to a 2-on-1 situation, though. He hits it to the ruckman just standing and waiting. Not his best decision.
No, it wasn't, because the ruckman was back there. Rutten had control of Favola just to hold him under the ball, and very hard to push back on that occasion. Just far too easy for the Crows.
Joseph right with McLeod. Question is, was he holding? No. Gibbs got it from Hampson. Brown's under pressure from Doughty. Ball spills out to Judd. Looks up, drives it into the pocket, wants Favola. Rutten edges him under the ball, and happy to see it over.
It was one of the very few stoppages that actually Carlton have got in their forward 50. They just can't let this ball just flip straight out to the other side of the ground and go to the other end, of forward 50 entry for the Crows. They have to hold the ball in.
Clever tap from Thornton, and they kick their first goal of the afternoon, and it goes to Eddie Betts.
Well, you called it brilliantly, Matty. Brett Thornton, well, normally a full-back, goes to full forward and shows some forward nous about not taking the ball from the contest. There's Cruiser. He's had a good start in this quarter. Well done to Brent Thornton. Just the intelligence of not grabbing the ball, keeping the ball momentum towards goal. And, of course, Eddie Betts, who we know is just a player who gets on the end of those sort of balls and finishes off pretty well. I like their setup in their forward line at the moment, Carlton. A lot better than the first half, of course it has to be.
Took 6.25 minutes into the third quarter for Carlton's first goal of the day, and Eddie Betts gets a spell.
I don't like the idea of your only goal kicker on the ground, you take him off.
What is going on?
Maybe if you've kicked 10 and they need to do a few rotations, but I'd be keeping him out there just a few minutes into the third term.
And now that's been paid a throw. It's a Carlton free kick in the middle of the ground against Symes. It's Armfield. Long, Brown, well, he had to go, but he couldn't quite complete the mark, and away go Adelaide on the rebound. Walker gets it from Goodwin, wants to kick it over the top of Bauer's head to Paul Pleasure. Paul Pleasure and Bauer, one-on-one. Bauer goes to ground. Paul Pleasure goes to ground. Then he gets up and dribbles it towards the goal square. And Jamison puts it through.
Good contest, both players, Bauer and Paul Pleasure there. Both got very strong bodies, trying to keep control of the ball. Bauer didn't go to ground, which was the trap for a defender in that situation. Great pressure, great contest.
Short kick in. Brown on the end of the second one. Juggling mark. Was it complete? It was, according to our umpire.
Good call.